What if I told you the cheapest store in America might be quietly ripping you off in 2025? Nearly 1 in 3 shoppers say they've already walked away from Dollar Tree. And it's not just about prices. In today's video, I'm revealing the 7 real reasons why smart shoppers are quitting Dollar Tree this year. And when you hear number 1, you'll understand why the store just doesn't feel like Dollar Tree anymore. 7. The $1.25 price hike was just the beginning. It started small, a 25-cent increase. No big deal, right? But now, some locations are creeping into $1.06, even $1.75 territory. For what? Tiny tubes of toothpaste, plastic kitchen tools that break after 2 uses, holiday junk nobody needs. The magic number was always everything's $1. Now it feels like everything's kind of whatever. And shoppers notice. One woman told us, "I went in for 5 things and walked out with 3, same total." This isn't frugal. It's frustrating. Here's the problem. Dollar Tree built its entire reputation on one promise: everything for $1. That wasn't just pricing, it was branding. It was trust. And when they broke that unspoken contract, they didn't just raise prices, they raised doubts. What used to be a no-brainer stop for everyday shoppers became a mental math puzzle. Is this still worth it? Do I really need this? That pause is deadly for impulse-driven shopping. And the frustration runs deeper than just numbers. It's the feeling of being let down by something that used to feel reliable. When you walked into Dollar Tree back then, you knew what to expect. Today, it feels more like a guessing game. People don't want to feel tricked or manipulated when they're trying to save money. That sense of betrayal lingers, and it spreads fast through word of mouth, social media, and everyday conversations. What we're seeing isn't just a price increase, it's the unraveling of a brand identity. And in a time when Americans are watching every dollar, every cent counts. The minute a store known for simplicity becomes complicated, people walk. They're not just quitting over 25 cents, they're quitting over what that 25 cents represents. A break in trust, in value, and in what made Dollar Tree special in the first place. 6. Store to store. It's a lottery. You ever walk into one Dollar Tree and feel like you hit the jackpot? Shelves fully stocked, products you actually need, maybe even a surprise find or two? Feels good, right? But then the very next store looks like a storm rolled through it. Broken packaging, half-empty shelves, and aisles so messy you can't even push your cart without bumping into something. That whiplash between locations is real, and shoppers are tired of it. One viewer told us they drove 12 miles to a different store hoping for better options, only to walk out empty-handed. That kind of inconsistency doesn't just waste gas, it wastes trust. And once people feel like they can't rely on a brand, they start checking out for good. There was a time when that unpredictability added to the charm. Like treasure hunting. You never knew what you'd find, and sometimes it was half the fun. But in 2025, with prices rising and budgets tighter than ever, people don't want a mystery. They want certainty. They want to know that if they drive across town, they'll actually get what they came for. The novelty of, maybe I'll find something good, has worn off. Now it just feels like a chore. And when shopping starts to feel like work, especially at a place known for simplicity, it stops being worth it. And here's the deeper issue. Inconsistency kills momentum. When people can't count on you, they stop making you a habit. They go back to Walmart, to Aldi, to wherever the experience feels more stable. Because even if it costs a little more, peace of mind is worth it. Shoppers aren't just quitting because one trip disappointed them. They're quitting because 5 trips in a row left them frustrated. And no amount of $1.25 trinkets can make up for the feeling that your time and your money was just wasted. 5. Essentials are being replaced by junk. There was a time when Dollar Tree was the secret weapon for every smart shopper. You'd swing by and grab the basics, paper towels, dish soap, storage bags, and leave feeling like you got a win. But now, you're more likely to find a plastic flamingo in February than a pack of decent trash bags. One shopper said it best, "I came in for foil and walked out with a glittery leprechaun sign." It sounds funny until you realize how often it's happening. The essentials are disappearing, replaced by impulse bait that serves no real purpose. And people are noticing. The shelves are starting to look more like a party supply warehouse than a place to stock up on household staples. Rows of dollar knickknacks, random seasonal items 3 months too early, and dusty decor that probably won't survive the car ride home. The stuff you actually need? Gone or pushed to the back. For parents, for seniors, for families just trying to stretch $1, this shift isn't just annoying, it's a problem. It forces them to make extra trips, spend more money elsewhere, or go without. That's not what Dollar Tree was built for. And the irony is painful. In trying to be more fun or festive, the store is losing its function. People don't come to Dollar Tree for fake flowers and glitter pumpkins. They come because they have a tight budget and need things that work. Every inch of shelf space that goes to random junk is space taken away from real value. And when shoppers start seeing less value, they start walking away. Because when a store forgets what its customers actually need, those customers have no problem finding a new place to shop. 4. Food section. More like food lottery. Let's talk about the moment you realize the bargain just isn't worth it. You walk into Dollar Tree hoping to grab a few pantry items, maybe some pasta, canned goods, or snacks for the kids. But instead, you're greeted by half-stocked shelves, boxes with dented corners, and expiration dates that make you do a double take. It's like shopping in a clearance bin that forgot to clear anything. One viewer told us they bought a bag of pretzels, opened it at home, and it was full of crumbs and air. That's not just disappointing, it's a broken promise. Food should never feel like a gamble. And then there's the freezer section. If you've dared, we've seen frozen dinners with mystery meat, ice crystal buildup that suggests it thawed and refroze 3 times, and packaging that feels like it was printed in 2008. You pick something up, stare at it, and genuinely wonder, is this food or a prank? Compare that to Aldi or even Walmart, where for just a bit more you get fresh stock, clear labels, and food you're not afraid to feed your family. When trust in the grocery section breaks down, so does the entire reason to shop there in the first place. What Dollar Tree doesn't seem to realize is this: food isn't optional. It's personal. And when shoppers feel like they're risking their health or their money just to save a buck, they walk away, fast. The problem isn't that everything has to be gourmet, it's that even the basics should be dependable. Once people stop trusting the food, they stop trusting the brand. And that trust? It's not easy to win back. 3. You can actually get better deals elsewhere. Here's the truth no one expected to hear in 2025. Dollar Tree isn't always the cheapest option anymore. That $125 price tag used to mean you were getting the lowest deal around. No questions asked. But now, when you stack it up against Walmart's great value, Aldi's in-house labels, or even Target's Up and Up, things look very different. Per ounce, per sheet, per serving, those brands are quietly crushing it. One shopper told us, "I compared Dollar Tree dish soap to great value. Same price. But one lasted a week, the other lasted a month." That stings. And it's not just about price, it's about performance. That cheap cleaner that leaves streaks, the knockoff trash bags that rip before they're full, the snack packs that barely feed a toddler, they're costing more in the long run. Because when you have to buy double to get the job done, that $1.25 turns into $2.50 real quick. Smart shoppers have figured this out. They're looking at unit price, comparing value, and walking out of Dollar Tree with empty hands. And that's the worst kind of shopper. One who comes in hopeful and leaves disappointed. This is where the brand is losing ground. Fast. It's no longer cheap and cheerful, it's small and questionable. And when people realize that for just a few more cents they can get something that works better, lasts longer, and doesn't feel like a compromise, they stop settling. In a world where every penny counts, shoppers aren't just looking for cheap, they're looking for value. And right now, Dollar Tree is losing that race. 2. Shrinkflation and deception. You walk into the store, grab a box that looks just like it always did, same colors, same weight in your hand, only to open it at home and realize something's off. The granola bars are shorter. The snack bags are half-filled. The packaging promised value but delivered disappointment. This is shrinkflation, and it's happening everywhere, but it hits harder at Dollar Tree. Why? Because when your whole brand is built on value, even the tiniest deception feels massive. One viewer told us, "I bought what I thought was 6 soap bars. It was 4, spaced out in a larger box." That's not clever marketing, that's bait and switch. And here's the deeper damage. It breaks trust. Customers don't like feeling fooled. It's one thing to pay more, people get that prices go up. But it's another thing entirely to be misled. When you reach for a bottle that looks full and it's half air, it's not just a bad purchase, it's a broken relationship. Shoppers start asking themselves, if they're cutting corners here, what else are they not telling me? That question lingers. It spreads, and it turns loyal customers into skeptics. The most painful part? It didn't have to be this way. Dollar Tree could have owned the conversation, been honest, been transparent, even funny about it. But instead, they went quiet. They hoped we wouldn't notice. But we did. And now, the fallout is bigger than missing granola bars. It's about integrity. Because once shoppers feel played, they don't just stop buying the product. They stop believing in the store. 1. It just doesn't feel like Dollar Tree anymore. There was a time when walking into Dollar Tree felt exciting. Not flashy or glamorous, but comforting. Like a quiet promise that something useful, something fun, something surprisingly great might be waiting on aisle 4. It was a place where $5 stretched further than you thought possible. Where the checkout line was full of people trading tips on hidden gems they'd just found. It wasn't just about saving money, it was about small wins, about making the most of what you had. That vibe? That underdog energy? It mattered. And now it's disappearing. Today, those same aisles feel emptier. Not just in products, but in spirit. The store layout hasn't changed much, but the energy has. The charm is gone. It feels less like treasure hunting and more like digging through leftovers. What used to spark curiosity now sparks skepticism. You walk in, glance around, and wonder, what happened here? That emotional shift isn't subtle. It hits hard, especially for longtime shoppers who made Dollar Tree a part of their routine. They remember what it felt like to leave the store with a bag full of useful items and a smile. Now, too often, they leave with neither, and that's what really cuts deep. When a place that used to serve your needs with dignity and delight stops feeling like itself, it's like losing a friend. The name is still there, the signs are still green, but the soul feels gone. People don't just miss the low prices. They miss the feeling those low prices gave them. The pride in stretching $1. The quiet joy of finding something good. The trust. And once that's gone, it's hard to rebuild. Because in the end, what made Dollar Tree special wasn't the dollar. It was how it made people feel. And right now, that feeling is fading fast. Look, this isn't about bashing a brand. It's about telling the truth. Because smart shopping isn't just about spending less. It's about spending better. So what about you? Are you still shopping at Dollar Tree in 2025, or have you moved on? Let us know in the comments. And if you want to see the other side of the story, the 7 items that are still 100% worth your money at Dollar Tree, check out this next video. You'll be shocked at what made the list.